Okay, I am literally getting right back into this. Hello, everybody. Spooky Sandwoman here. Thank you for checking out episode 20 of Seduce Me the Otome. Okay, let's go.
It's all right.
Damien?
You've already done so much for me and my brothers. Sheltering us. Letting us continue to live here.
Damien frowned, though, gently caressing my cheek with his hand.
I don't want you to get hurt because of us.
Damien lowered his head in shame. I couldn't help but feel my heart squeeze within my chest at the sight. He truly cared. Damien let out a small sigh before looking at me with a new smile. He hid his sadness well, but I could tell he was still upset about the whole ordeal.
All right. You should sleep.
Gently, Damien gently pressed me back down on the bed, resolved in what had happened. I'm going to steal a fucking kiss. Mwah! I couldn't let him leave without doing something. I quickly pulled Damien down to me, lifted my head, and gently kissed him, softly laying a hand on his cheek to keep his face close. Damien stared in deep surprise before hesitantly kissing me back, caressing my cheek and slightly melting at the touch of our lips. My turn, bitches! A soft sigh escaped his lips before he slowly pulled away with a smile. He gently licked his lips, making me go red in the face at the simple gesture. He let out a satisfied sigh before nuzzling my forehead.
Go to sleep.
I don't wanna. And with that, he stood up and left the room, leaving me to rest as per his request. I smiled to myself before relaxing into the mattress.
How pathetically sweet.
Yes, I'm dripping, I don't care. You, Diana, can go shut your fucking mouth. I suddenly tensed up. I felt majorly uneasy. She was here. I quickly looked around the room, sitting up straight before seeing Diana leaning against the window with a smirk towards me. What do you want?
Oh, I just wanted to see how close Damien was to you. Obviously, he's very close.
I stood from the bed, glaring daggers at Diana. And what's it to ya? He doesn't want to leave with you, so leave him alone.
Oh, I will. I don't care enough for the bastard son to try and take him away. I just want you to know exactly what you have.
What are you talking about? Diana chuckled, which made me slightly sick to my stomach for some reason. She knew something.
Did Damien tell you about what he lived through?
He showed me when he left. He met with...
No, not that. Before that. Did he show you anything before that?
Well, he was scorned by the Demon Lord.
He didn't show you everything, did he?
Why would he need to? He showed me what he needed to.
I don't need to show her anything else.
I turned to see Damien glaring at Diana with a scary glare. I felt dark shivers run down my spine as I stared at him.
Ah, Damien. Right on cue. I was just about to show her why you hate your life and why you have a human fetish.
Hold on. Quick guess. Was his mother half human? Or his mother human? Because that could be a reason why he wasn't able to read books. Because his mother wasn't a noble. Maybe? I don't know.
You will not show her anything.
Oh, I won't. Funny. I don't believe you get to tell me what to do, bastard son.
Before Damien or I could leap at her throat, Diana snapped her fingers, subtly making the room spin. I quickly grabbed onto Damien, who held me close as the room slowly began to change from my room to the demon castle. I looked around, feeling unable to move from Damien's embrace out of dizziness. I looked to Diana, who was leaning on a pillar on the far side of the room with a smirk. However, my focus gathered on a pair of demons, one of them being a demon servant that was with the demon lord, carrying sheets and books across the room.
Damn that woman, ordering us around. I bet she thinks she's all high and mighty just because she bore that bastard son. Well, she's no queen. She's a simple harem girl. She'll never be queen.
Maybe not.
The demon lord reminds her that every bloody night. You'd think she'd let it sink in.
The snort that erupted from the servant's nose disgusted me to no end. How vile was this creature? Who is he talking about?
And about that boy, what do the other noble sons think about him? They treat him like an equal. He's no noble son, and he will never be. He's a bastard child that doesn't know his place, just like his bitch mother.
Shh, you know he could read minds from a mile away.
Then let him read mine. I don't care. That boy's a monstrosity never meant to be born.
The servant cleared his throat, however, at the sight of Demon Damien, who was standing nearby with an almost dead cold look on his face.
Ah, you.
Yes, me. I don't need to be a mile away to hear your thoughts.
Boy, what?
What I'm doing out of my room is no longer your concern. I may be a bastard, but I'm the Demon Lord's son regardless. I won't take insults from you anymore.
Is he gonna kill him?
Then what are you going to do, bastard son?
Damien started to step forward. I don't know why, but the room suddenly felt cold and dark as Damien started to approach the servant.
I'm finally gonna shut you up.
If you threaten me, you'll threaten him.
Damien's glare could practically kill. I was afraid to even watch, but I continued, hoping not to see blood spill from this fight. Damien continued to walk towards the servant, towering over him like a shadow.
I've taken your insults for long enough. Now, I get peace.
Stay away.
I've had enough of you.
Damien stopped, turning his head to look up at the archway in surprise.
Mother?
The demon servant slowly turned, also matching Damien's surprise as I looked into the archway. A figure, completely covered in a red sheet, stepped out into the hall, slowly walking to Damien. The thick sound of chains echoed in the room, dragging across the stone floor. Something in my gut tightened, unsure of what was going on, but positive something wasn't right about it. However, the familiar smell of blood entered my nose, only it was fresher and more potent. My gaze slowly trailed down to the stone floor, only for me to go wide-eyed at the sight. Blood, brushed over by the sheet as the woman walked, painted the stone a dark red and almost black color in the woman's wake. I looked back to the mother, now worried that she was bleeding underneath that sheet.
Leave us.
The mother sounded almost enchanting despite only saying 2 words in her arrival. I almost let it slip from my mind that she was merely a vision. The servant glared before walking off, mumbling incoherently under his breath. The other demon was with him giggled at the servant's inability to fight back. I guess Damien's mother was more powerful enough to silence anyone. However, one fact stuck out to me. His mother was a harem girl? I imagined chains on her covered feet, making me frown. It was terrible to imagine.
What are you doing out? He'll hurt you if you aren't.
Damien stopped talking, staring at the woman walking towards him in a sudden calm demeanor. His hand slipped out from the curtain and gently caressed Damien's cheek, almost making him melt into the hand. Damien looked to his mother, a look of hopelessness on his face.
Why do you want me to turn around?
Just listen to my thoughts, like you always do.
I watched as Damien slowly nodded and turned around.
As you wish.
Focus on my thoughts.
I could tell that Damien was holding his breath. He must have cared very deeply for his mother. It was incredibly sweet. Silence lingered in the room, obviously because Damien's listening to his mother's thoughts. It was almost awkward to watch. The hand that held Damien gently petted over his hair. The breath that Damien was holding slowly was let loose, letting Damien relax. Maybe she was calming him down. He was pretty angry, but why make him turn around? All she was doing was petting his head and talking to him in her mind. It seemed surreal. Something was wrong. I looked around the room, trying to see what was going on behind the scene. Was someone going to stop them? Was someone going to interrupt? My eyes landed on a dark shadow of a woman walking towards the couple with a knife in her hand. She had shackles with chains on her neck, hands, and feet, but they remained silent as a woman neared the couple.
I'm sorry.
All of a sudden, the mother brought out her other hand and took hold of Damien's horns, pushing him to his knees. Damien, no! The shadow quickly started to run at the couple, raising the knife higher above her head. I instantly wanted to move and to run and protect Damien. I remained still, watching this scene unfurl before me. Damien kicked back, causing his mother to buckle and fall and release his horns. Damien quickly turned and grabbed hold of the Shadow's arms, tightening his grip on them. The Shadow started to scream and bite at Damien desperately. Damien glared and threw the Shadow at the nearby pillar, making it disappear and drop the knife it was holding. I looked at the mother and regretted looking. The sheet that was wrapped around her wasn't long enough to cover her as she fell, the edge landing over her stomach and covering up her upper body. The lower half of her body, though, was covered with multiple different scars and blood. Her ankles were both shackled to different lines of broken off chains. Her legs were together, but I could tell the number of scars and the amount of blood only increased the farther her legs went up. The poor woman. I stared as the demon Damien looked to his mother in shock and heartbreak. The real Damien around me gripped to me tighter.
Why?
In an instant, his mother raised her hand to the fallen knife, tensing her hands and fingers to bare her nails. The knife flew off the ground and into the woman's hand, making her grip over the handle tightly.
Enough. I can't. I don't want to live like this anymore. I won't let him have me again. I won't let you invade my mind again.
The woman quickly got up to her knees and raised the knife over her head. I felt my mind screaming as I gasped.
I can't take it anymore! I can't!
No! Stop!
Enough!
Oh my god. I felt my voice vanish as I watched this woman, Damien's mother, slam the knife into her own body, curling over herself with a stab. After a choked sob and breath, the woman fell to the ground, curled into a ball as blood pooled from under her in the already blood-red sheet. Holy fuck!
No!
The world around me shattered at his voice, stabbing through my heart and my stomach. Like glass, the world fell apart and I was left in the darkness. The real Damien gripped onto me, burying his face in my shoulder as I gripped to his arms. Did that really happen? What did I witness? Why would Diana reopen this kind of wound for Damien? Finally, the world reformed back to my room, with Diana back by the window.
The Demon Lord, despite his sadistic pleasures, loved Damien's mother beyond anything else, even his own wives. When she killed herself, the Demon Lord blamed Damien and his ability to read minds. The only ones who convinced him not to kill Damien were his brothers. So the Demon Lord granted Damien his life. But he would be doomed to become a lowly slave as soon as the eldest became Lord.
Oh. 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 I looked to Damien, who had a face of both murderous hatred and pure sadness as he glared at Diana. The woman he glared at, however, simply chuckled.
So, one day, he was visited by an angel who told him about humans and painted him a pretty picture about them. Now, he's obsessed with it.
Why are you telling me this? Why are you doing all of this?
To butter you both up, of course. I'm about to give him the chance to have his wish granted.
Damon and I stared in pure disbelief. Was Diana serious? She was a nutjob. Diana laughed, seeing both of our faces.
I needed to see how well you could handle his past. You can't have true love without seeing all sides of your love, now can you?
Diana looked fully to Damien, crossing her arms. Something about this struck a fear chord with me, but I watched in silence.
I offer you this, bastard son. I have the ability to turn you completely human. No magic, no mind reading.
You're lying.
Am I? Read my mind. See for yourself.
Damien stared at Diana, only to go wide-eyed at her.
You're not. But...
That's right. Your humanity for your brothers.
Oh, shit! I looked at Diana in surprise. What? She wanted him to hand his brothers over to her? That was underhanded and cruel.
Think about it, Damien. You can finally be human. You won't hurt anyone anymore. You won't put her in danger.
I could see Damien looked at me, instinctively making me look back. He had a look of fear which scared me. Was he going to say yes? Was he going to say no? I wouldn't know what to do in this situation.
All I ask is that you completely willingly let me take your brothers back home. No big deal if that means you get to be a human with the girl of your dreams, right?
No.
Oh.
Excuse me?
I said no. I will not give my brothers over to you.
I could see Diana's anger flare up like a snake ready to strike.
You do realize what you're denying yourself, right? You're giving up your one chance to become human.
I'd rather remain a demon than let my brothers be your slaves. Now leave.
Diana gripped her hands into fists by her side and glared daggers at Damien. However, she didn't move to strike. She raised one of her hands and rubbed her temple in pure anger.
Then I'm curious, Damien. What would you trade for your humanity? You wouldn't go so far as to have sex with me for it, would you?
Oh my god. Damien remained silent. I looked to Damien, expecting him to answer, but why was he not replying? My mind went into a mini frenzy. Was he willing to have sex with Diana for it? Diana let a large, surprised smile appear on her face at Damien's silence.
Or would you? Interesting. And if I were to offer that?
Again, silence. Damien wouldn't. He couldn't. Not with her. No way. Yet, at the same time, I felt like he was the master of his fate. He had to say yes or no. It wasn't my place to decide that kind of change. One part of me felt betrayed, but the other part of me almost wanted him to go through with the idea. For Damien's humanity. Damien remained silent still. Why was he not making a choice? Diana turned to her gaze to me before smirking.
Ah, I see. Well, I guess you've proven useless to me. You're not going to say yes with your little princess around.
A purple pentagram slowly appeared beneath Diana's feet, letting her slowly sink into it.
However, in case you do change your mind, call me. I'll be around.
And with that, Diana left us alone in my room. What the shit? This game has much more plot than I previously anticipated. Holy fucking shit. Oh my god, I have to end this episode off here. Oh my god. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, go ahead, leave a like, subscribe, maybe share with your friends. Alright. Bye-bye.